Hey, welcome to the April 24th, 2024 meeting of the Lenox Selectboard. It's our regular meeting. We have Clarence Fanto recording and CTSB recording. Announcements from the chair. I got a few things, a couple things here. And first, when I walked into Town Hall, I was astounded with what's going on downstairs. It's just a hubbub of activity in the Chamber of Commerce, and thanks to the Chamber of Commerce for putting on a job fair. I don't know, I guess Deanna said it's been like that all day long, and yeah, but it's busy down there now, so that's a great thing. A lot of people down there, so thanks to the Chamber. And next, a couple good items to talk about here. Public Safety Building, we opened bids and received bids for that. Fontaine Construction out of Springfield was our low bidder, and it came in better than we had, or as good as we had hoped, as good as you could hope for in this climate. It was under budget, and we signed the papers and we're on the way. So I should turn over to Neil if he wants to say something about the numbers or anything.
Well, yeah, we are very lucky as a town. We got very responsive bids. If you remember, there was a special town meeting at the end of 2022 when we went before town and asked for $25 million appropriation for public safety. We got 3 bids, all qualified contractors, all met the requirements, all in total under 20. The low contractor, Fontaine Construction, came in at $19,771,000, which includes the 2 alternates that we had put in the bid. So when you think about a $25 million appropriation and then you get a bid that comes in under 20, that's very good news. Now, of course, there's other stuff to do. The construction manager and the engineer feel that, there'll be contingencies and things that were held out of the bid, while we finalize communications and things like that, but they don't expect that to exceed 10% of the project cost. So we should be in very good shape, given that we have extra money for contingency. Fontaine has been given a letter today Chris has given the OPM the letter announcing the award. They probably have it in their hands by now, and they're raring to go, so.
Good news.
Great news.
Great news. We were worried about it, but it turned out fine. And next, some other.
Can I say something?
Oh, yeah, certainly, Dave.
Okay. We wouldn't have had this announcement without the Herculean task of the Permanent Building Committee. Yes. Chaired by Neil, Ed's a member.
Andrew Lane.
Ed Vincent.
Jeff Vincent, Tommy Delasco.
Yep. So you guys are to certainly be congratulated for saving the town the money, the number of hours that you put in. It was, the town owes you definitely a debt of gratitude. And look forward to seeing how much under you can come in on a sewer plant.
No, we're not gonna get it done, but knock on wood, Chris will be bonding a smaller bond than anticipated when this project is complete.
Thanks for saying that, Dave. I appreciate that.
Thank you guys for doing it. Really appreciate it.
The feasibility study went off 6 years ago. 6 years ago. So
seems like just yesterday.
I know. So, you guys have been really pushing this hard for the last 18 months, and, the additional meetings that you've been having, corralling everybody to make this happen and to get the specs together. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a real team effort. The chiefs did a lot. A lot of people were involved in this.
Neil, you guys put in a lot of extra hours. Thank you very much.
We have a very deserving team of people that are going to be in that building by the end of the year.
Yes. Yeah. Thank goodness.
Well, the last one lasted 110 years. Let's hope this one lasts 110 years.
Okay, next, and this is another announcement from the chair, and I'm going to turn this over to Mary Beth, but Brenda Kelly received the Elementary School Principal of the Year Award. So,
yes.
Mary Beth.
So the Massachusetts School Administrators Association formally congratulated Mrs. Brenda J. Kelly, our elementary school principal, as Principal of the Year for the state of Massachusetts. I'm going to read some of the testimonials that Principal Kelly received. Principal Kelly epitomizes what it means to lead with compassion and empathy. Through her kindness, warm personality, and compassionate nature, she is able to navigate challenges and cultivate a remarkably positive learning environment. That's from a parent. Principal Kelly has consistently demonstrated exceptional communication skills, a collaborative approach, and a clear vision for fostering a positive learning environment, advocating for the needs of every student and staff member, and that from a teacher at Morris Elementary. And finally, Brenda's not just an ordinary administrator, but rather an extraordinarily caring, compassionate, and highly knowledgeable school leader, serving as a mentor, coach, and confidant to her staff. She improves the school culture and is positive and promotes a healthy learning environment for students, families, and staff, and that from an administrator. So we congratulate Brenda. Her peers are going to recognize her during July of 2024 in an annual Leadership Institute in Plymouth. So congratulations to her.
And I'm sure the town will do something similar here.
Yes, yes, we're going to be recognizing her with a formal citation. So we'll be putting that together for
Yeah.
July.
Great news. Perfect. All right. Any discussion on that? No?
Oh, it's just wonderful news.
Yeah. So now we'll go on to acceptance of the minutes of April 10th and April 17th.
So, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the minutes of April 10th and April 17th, meetings of the Select Board.
Second?
Any further discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Okay, anybody here for citizens' open forum tonight? Seeing none, we'll move right on to the consent agenda. I'll turn it over to our clerk, Dave Roach, to read it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jen Notch, Chamber of Commerce, requests the use of Lilac Park for Lenox Loves Music Concert Series, June 2nd, 9th, 16th, 23rd, and the 30th, and September 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. Next, Bruce Schickmanner requests a sandwich board sign in front of the Wells Gallery at the Lenox Library promoting the Guild of Berkshire Artists Alchemy of Art Show on July 5th. Canyon Ranch requests a one-day wine and malt license for a featured chef dinner for guests on May 3rd, 4 to 10 p.m. A certified bartender will be present. Ventnor Hall requests a one-day all-alcoholic license for a Tri-Town Chamber of Commerce event on May 8th, 4 to 8 p.m., and a certified bartender will be present. That's it.
Can I get a motion on the consent agenda?
I move to accept the consent agenda as presented.
Second. Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Perfect. So moving right along, discuss Housatonic Street and East Street traffic signal.
Yeah.
Who's gonna, Chris, are you gonna take this, or?
So, thank you, Mr. Chair. Included in your packet is an overhead, we'll call it a layout of a proposed hanging light at the intersection of East Street and Housatonic. Recall that on at least two occasions during my tenure, three occasions in my tenure, this has been a subject of scrutiny as a result of motor vehicle accidents. Our traffic engineer, Beta Engineering, has come up with a plan for providing signalization there. This would be a blinking yellow, blinking red light, yellow on Housatonic, red on East. To help.
Red on East and yellow on Housatonic.
Yeah, which is essentially the regulatory pattern now, but it's designed to create greater visibility to approaching cars or trucks, for that matter. The opportunity created by the resurfacing and sidewalk project on Housatonic Street seems like a good time to make changes to that intersection. We've got Chief O'Brien, Police Chief O'Brien, Fire Chief O'Brien, and Superintendent Gopp here tonight to answer any questions that the board may have. Not expecting approval tonight, but we want to introduce the topic to you as board members of what staff, along with our traffic engineers, have been working on. We would like to incorporate improvements to that intersection into the project. I've received many requests over the years to do exactly that. We think this provides a safer solution. it's a tough intersection. You've got 4 different approaches from each angle. You know, it's not a 4-way intersection that comes together cleanly without line of sight challenges or elevation change challenges. So put a lot of thought into this, went over a multitude of different potential options and configurations. So we've put on paper now something that the board is free to react to, and we hope we'll take a positive view of what we've done here, and if not, let us know what direction you'd like us to take.
I very much agree that something should be done. At present, we just have a stop sign. Is it a blinking stop sign coming south on east?
Yeah.
And then going north on east to that intersection, I don't think that one's blinking. That's just a standard stop sign. And
No, going north, it blinks too.
Yeah, northbound, yeah.
Both directions.
Yeah.
okay, and there's no stop signs obviously on Housatonic.
Right.
We added blinking intersection aheads in all 4 corners as well. Stop ahead and intersection ahead.
Well, for somebody who's driven through that intersection probably a million times, you know, it's getting, yeah, $1.5 million for you. Chief, you concur with Beta, this is the bestest operation or bestest solution we can come up with for this? Is that?
This is what I have said is the best solution to this for the 3 or 4 times that we've surveyed it. And a perfect example of it is the intersection in Richmond at Swamp Road and I think they call it Richmond Road, but Lennox Road. Because that did, as far as I know, I didn't check with the state police, but I know we go over there to shut roads off for those car wrecks a long time ago. And we're not doing a lot of that. Yeah, I'm sure there's still accidents, but
It's always going to happen, and we just got to do the best we can to prevent it, if possible.
yeah, we've been 100% behind this for a long time.
Good. Is this part of the road project, or is this something just alone on our own? or-
Superintendent Gopp and I feel that we can incorporate this into the work that'll be done this year.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
So the redesign of the street is going to include a sidewalk now on the north side of Housatonic. Is that going to have increased traffic, do you think, coming up that sidewalk and then crossing for kids going to school? Is this, how do you think that's going to affect it?
Are you asking if we think we'd have an increase in foot traffic?
Yes.
From kids, and I think we will.
Yes, which are basically, if they're going to school, have to cross Housatonic Street.
If they come up that sidewalk.
They come up the sidewalk.
Anybody's going to come up that sidewalk to there, cross, and then go to Lenox if they want to.
That's true, too.
So that's going to be used,
So that's
used a lot.
But to address your question, I frequently see, whether it's the track team or the cross-country running team, come north on Housatonic to that intersection, take a right on Housatonic to make a loop,
Yes,
where they're running without sidewalk.
that's true.
So I certainly hope, and hopefully the coaches will encourage this, that the kids will cross Housatonic safely and then be on the sidewalk that will be on the north side of Housatonic that's being built.
So one of the other things that I forgot to mention, we do have a blinking crosswalk. RF cues. You hit the button and the lights will show you so they can cross.
Okay.
Oh,
We do have that. We actually we've gotten that, and we just haven't had a chance. In the spring, with this project, we'll put it up when it's, when we get to that point in the project.
All right, thank you.
Well, there's no question it's going to be 100% safer than it is now, 1,000% safer, I think. And I mean, what more discussion we really need on it?
Well, we wanted to, disclose publicly what it is that
Yeah.
staff have been working on, and I think,
Over the years, I've seen so many people go through that intersection.
ruminate on this, ask questions, we can communicate, make this available to public inspection as well.
Do you know, on the Swamp Road where they put in the flashing light, did they have flashing stop signs before?
No.
So I only, and I will caveat all this by saying that Mindy got T-boned there just last year, so it's a little fresher for me. But my only question then was knowing that it was, those lights, those stop signs were flashing brightly then, and somebody blew through it, and I still do. Is this flashing light obviously better? Is it the best? Especially now that given we are gonna have more foot traffic there with better sidewalk system and crossing, is it just cost prohibitive to even consider a light? Not that I want a light there, but just purely asking.
I think this is the best option. If it, for some reason, we determine that it isn't the best option, then we can
Go into a light or,
engineer again,
Yeah.
go into a light or something, but we are not in favor of a light there. That's not the spot for a regular traffic light.
yeah.
So I'm sorry, is this hanging over the intersection? Okay.
I mean, we've been, this is frankly, I mean, this is the next step in the escalation of traffic safety measures. I mean, we've gone from stop signs to blinking stop signs to blinking intersection ahead signs to speed check signs to this is more or less the next step.
And we've had accidents and at least one fatality that I know of at that intersection, is that correct?
Yeah, that was a pedestrian on a bicycle. That accident was gonna happen whether there was a stoplight or not,
Right.
which was unfortunate to
Yeah.
even say, but, yes, we've had personal injury accidents there and plenty of them in my career. But, I mean, the signage is very, very clear. A lot of it is driver intention, and people make mistakes. So this is not going to prevent accidents at Beach Street intersection. We just hope it inhibits them.
I will say, as someone who makes that approach along with Dave and Max, when you're coming around the corner, if you're westbound on Housatonic, you're coming up the hill, you're coming around a corner. Your line of sight to see the stop sign, if you didn't know it was there, is actually far to your right because of the direction you're coming at. So by the time you redirect towards the center of the intersection, we don't realize it because we travel it all the time. But by the time, if you're not familiar with it, by the time you redirect, you're almost on top of the intersection. It's like, with a light, it's bound to get more attention.
I would hope so. I think it's the Housatonic, I mean, we've had some unfortunate, accidents there from people coming south and east that didn't stop. But nonetheless, I think it's the Housatonic traffic that doesn't slow down, doesn't pay attention. And, at different times of the day, obviously, we know that the kids leaving school are backed way down Housatonic. But, I mean, once you're in a row of traffic waiting to go, I think it's pretty clear that you're checking, you're not just winging it.
I feel like that's the worst time. Whenever I'm driving there in the morning, that's the worst time. I hate coming down Housatonic back to my house because everyone waiting is just zipping out. And I feel like I just slow down and slow down and slow down, and they're still cutting out. And I get it. Everybody wants to get to work in the line, but that's an awful intersection.
A lot of the accidents at that intersection are not people not stopping, it's starting too soon, or they didn't see somebody coming, or they just, for whatever reason, didn't see what was going on, and that caused that. So, although, believe me, there have been plenty of people just blowing through that stop sign.
Well,
Anything that we do has my support.
anything.
No question in my mind, it's the right thing to do.
Agreed.
Whatever it is.
So we've got staff's work on this. We'll let this ruminate or fester, depending on your point of view. It sounds like ruminate, and then we'll, if this is the direction we go, we'll make it happen.
Well, let's not have it linger too long
Absolutely
in the
not.
rumination phase, so that Billy can incorporate it into the current contractor.
I was thinking-
That's doing the work there now.
I was thinking 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a good time.
Good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
the only other suggestion I make is, Billy, you put every wire you possibly need under that road now, in case we have to upgrade at some point.
All right. Good stuff. Enough said about that?
I think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let's move on to the town meeting warrant. So we've all read the town meeting warrant. We know what's on there. It's been approved by everybody it needs to be approved by.
All of the appropriations articles have been approved unanimously by the Finance Committee at their meeting last night, and wrote what I think was a very articulate and informative letter to the residents of the town, which they will publish and distribute. We'll make it available on our website, and we'll distribute it in hard copy form at town meeting.
Sir, can we?
Dismissed.
I'll be back.
All right, so now we've, with that being said, that everything is, all the approvals we want for the town meeting, we have the agenda in front of us, and the only mission tonight really is to break it up and who's going to do which articles. Everybody's had it for a couple of weeks now, so. So I'll just start and go over it, and we'll just chime in on who's going to do what, okay? Is that the way it works?
Sounds good.
Article 1. Very simple thing, just read this little thing. Let me start it off and just do that and get it over with. And Article 2, I know this is usually Dave's job.
13 years.
13 years, yep. Article 3 is a school-ish thing, Mary Beth?
Sure,
Is that something you
I'm
want?
happy to do that, yep.
We gotta get these two guys and stuff here somewhere. I mean, I usually do the 4 and 5, the water and sewer. Glad to do it again, or if one of you guys want it. Huh?
Well, I really don't care. So
Yeah.
Don't let me stand in your way.
Yeah. So I'll do that, and that'll be it.
Okay.
You're going to do number 4? Ed?
4 and 5. Number 6 is just a read it thing.
Perfect, that sounds good to me.
Next, going to do 6?
Yes.
Yep. Article 7, this usually goes through pretty good, but it's a lot of money and might be a little explaining to do here. But Article 7 is the capital expenditures.
Sounds like Neil's job.
All the money stuff comes to you, doesn't it?
That was 7?
That was 7. Article 8 is
Feasibility study?
feasibility study
I'll
for
do
the...
that.
Do you want to do that? Number 9,
Won't that be Tom?
community preservation, so Tommy will do that. 10 is the
I do.
stabilization account for fire department and the ambulance squad.
Yeah.
Both of them is Dave. 10 and 11 is Dave's. Number 12's got your name written all over it.
I was thinking the same thing.
Why don't you stay right up there and do 13 too?
Okay.
And then, the last one.
Well, there's no.
Nobody-
that's-
we
that's
even do
just
it?
the notice,
Yeah,
there's no.
we don't even read, we don't do anything
There's
there,
no
do we?
motion.
Yeah.
Sorry, the town moderator will indicate that it's the notice of the pending election on the following Monday.
Awesome.
That was easy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Can't believe it's next week, but it is. Next week.
How about it?
Yep. So with that, unless there's anything more to be said about the town meeting, we are going to move into executive.
No, I got to
approve the
do a
warrant.
motion.
Oh, you got to approve this, yeah,
Yeah.
you got to approve it, yeah.
So, Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the warrant for the 2024 annual town meeting as presented by the town manager, and further, to call the annual town meeting for Thursday, May 2nd, 2024, at 7 PM in the Duffin Theater of Lenox Memorial High School.
Second.
Any further discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye. Okay, I have one thing I'd like to say before we go into executive
You
session.
do it.
We had a library fundraiser on Saturday evening. It was
Oh,
the
yeah.
first poker night we've ever had. And Max put the whole idea together with Maria Lynch, our development director. He sponsored the evening. He gave a tutorial at the beginning for those of us who don't play poker very well. And it was a lot of fun. We had 23 participants. There were 4 prizes given away at the end of the evening for those who were at the last table. And I think Max did a terrific job.
Great. Thanks,
Credit's
Max.
really due to Maria.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun, we'll do it again.
Good, good.
Did you take all their money?
I did not, I was knocked out right away, they took mine.
The house always wins.
Just all in.
Literally, yeah, it was going quick.
It was great.
Congratulations, good job.
Okay. So now we're going to move into executive session. If I can get a motion,
You can, yes. Mr. Chairman, I move that the board convene an executive session to discuss strategy with respect to negotiations with non-union personnel, namely the fire EMS union. Discussing this issue in public session may be detrimental to the town's negotiating strategy.
Second.
okay, roll call vote.
Mary Beth Metz, aye.
Ed Lane, aye.
Dave
Neil
votes aye.
Metzger, aye.
And vote yes.
Yeah, sure, fine.
And we will not return to public session.